to Wicked Girly.
I'm Kaitlin.
I'm Lauren. So many times.
Special guest with us today. Artist.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Wicked Girly.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Kaitlin. And we missed you guys last week. Sorry. Things happen.
That's all we're going to say. Yeah.
But we're back at it. Like, we haven't missed a beat.
Exactly. Good to be back.
Yeah. We went to the beach together this week.
We did. That was fun.
Yeah, so we did miss you guys, but we still hung out with each other.
We did, yes. And Rachel.
Yes, and Rachel.
Yeah.
And it was a scorcher.
It was. It was actually wicked refreshing to go in the ocean, though.
I know. It took me like 20 attempts to get myself in, but I did it.
You did. Finally.
You're so brave. You just go right in.
You have to. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off.
The other thing that made it so hard, though, is that the sand was so rocky.
You're right.
So, like, I couldn't go fast enough because my feet were like, ow, ow,
Yeah.
ow, ow. And then, like, I was in there too long, and I was like, well, I can't go under now.
I feel like you had to do, like, hot potato on the rocks.
Yeah. But it was really refreshing.
It was.
The beach was a little subpar.
It was. I'm interested to see how it's going to be on Friday, the 4th. Yeah.
It was, like, a lot of flies.
It was.
From the seaweed. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
Well, I guess we'll see. I feel like Winter Beach is the move now.
I feel like Winter Beach is like that too.
Oh, that's true. Well, maybe towards like my parents' house.
Like the green bars.
Yeah, it's not that
but
bad.
I saw people post, like, I've been reading on the open discussion, like, people, like, what's going on with your girl, and people in the comments are like, we went down to the green bars and we had to leave, it smelled so bad.
All right.
Like,
I do have to say, every time I come into Winthrop now, it smells.
Really?
And I'm like, people were saying that about Lynn, where I moved, but I haven't smelled anything, but I smell it in Winthrop. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I thought that was interesting.
Well, I'll probably still go to the beach if it's going to be as nice as it looks. I agree. Like, spend the whole day there.
No, I won't either, just because I have to make trips back and forth in Ala. But yeah.
But I'm loving the beach. I got sunburnt on my feet though.
Oh.
And then I tried to cover it up with self-tanner, and they just have these splotches.
You can't really tell. Like, I didn't notice.
It looks a little better now because it's been like 5 days.
Yeah.
It was not hot this week.
Oh yeah. It wasn't. You're right. The rain came again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we went to the beach last week. Missed you guys, but we're back now.
We are back.
And chugging right along with summer.
Yeah. It's been good.
Yeah. Last couple days of June. July this week.
I know. June flew by too. I feel like
6 months of the year. 6 months of the pod.
Oh, you're right. Oh, happy 6-month anniversary.
Happy 6 months. Yeah, so I feel like I love the 4th of July.
Yeah.
I think July is like one of the best months and stuff, but as soon as the 4th of July is over, I do get the, like, Sunday scaries of summer. Even though it kind of...
I was going to say, I feel like we still have 2 full months.
I feel like it flies after that.
Yeah.
People are away and...
I know. No, you're right. It'll be fine, though.
Yeah.
And then, I do have to say, as I'm getting older, I do like the fall a lot better, too.
Yeah, I love the fall.
So, if summer ends, I'm like, well, it's fall.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to look at it.
What a privilege to keep living.
What a privilege.
Just get next summer.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so what have you been up to?
So I had a wedding last night. My roomie from college, Steph, she got married to her husband now, Glenn Daddy, as we call him.
Oh, nice.
He's a little older, and he's...
How much older?
I feel like he might be like 37 now.
Oh, okay.
So, like, when they started dating, he was probably like 34.
Yeah.
But we're pretty sure he's pretty well off, and he, like, funds their lifestyle.
Okay.
So we're like,
I like that, yeah.
The wedding was super cute, actually. It was only like 40 people, so it was probably the smallest wedding I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And it was so nice and, like, intimate and stuff. It was at the Liberty Hotel.
Nice.
Which that was the first time I've actually been there. It was outside, and it was, like, in their courtyard area. It was cute. It had, like, a tent, so, like, it was a little misty earlier, but it was fine. Honestly, I was getting, like, warm.
Yeah.
Too much dancing.
Gotta dance.
Yeah. But it was really fun. She looked really beautiful. She had 2 different dresses.
Oh, that's awesome.
So she didn't bring that many guests, but she substituted.
I love it. Yeah. Was one like longer and one short for like the part?
They were
the
both
dancing?
long, but the one that she wore for the ceremony had like a really big train and like a poofy skirt type of thing, and it was so pretty. But she had like more of a like fitted one for the ceremony to dance and stuff. We had so much fun.
Nice.
The people I was at the table with, like my friends from school, college, so I got to see them a ton. Like my friend Naomi's from San Francisco. So
okay, so that was nice to see her. Yeah.
And it was 3 gay guys and me and Naomi.
I love it.
And it was
what a party! What a party! Yeah, exactly.
And then I was telling you a little bit. The bartender. We had a little bit of an enemies to lover arc.
I was gonna say, I think he wanted you.
He did. His name was Yassine. I ordered a couple of customized drinks from the open bar.
A very easy customization too.
So she had 2 signature drinks for her cats, Peaches and Taro's. Peaches was like an Aperol Spritz, and you know my thoughts on Aperol, dirt. And the one for Taro was like a Taro Hito, like a mojito, but like a blackberry. I think Taro might be like purple colored. I don't really know.
It sounds like a purple color word too, actually. Yeah.
And so I was like, I've actually been like wanting a mojito because I've been trying to think of a new signature drink, but I'm not a big rum person. So I'm gonna try this with vodka. Yassine was not. He gave me these dirty eyes. He was like rolling his eyes at me, like muttering something under his breath. I'm like, okay.
Wait, okay, not to interrupt, but I was just thinking this, the fact that he was so upset about this initial customization, but then as you guys hear the story, I'll say what I need to say.
So he's like rolling his eyes. I'm like, okay, what the heck? And like, it was just me and the gay guys at this point. Naomi was like her maid of honor, so they were still like doing stuff. So I was like, that was kind of bad energy, and everyone agreed. They're like, yeah, he didn't like you, and I'm like, rude. So then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get another one. So I go up, and it's Yassine again, and there's another guy who like maybe he's like getting trained on how to bartend. He's not like bartending all night, but every now and then. Yeah. So I asked for the same thing. I'm like, can I get the Taro Hito but with vodka instead of rum? And the guy kind of like looks at Yassine, and Yassine is like, ugh. Again, rolling his eyes at me. Like, I'm like, sorry. Like, and again, I said this to you before, but like, it wasn't like the Taro Hito was like pre-mixed. Yeah. And I was like making them.
He had to make it anyway.
You had to add it anyway. You just, instead of the rum, we're putting in the vodka. Yeah. Like, one ingredient difference. Anyway, so I get the drink, and I'm like, okay. So then I have those 2 drinks, and now at this point Naomi has like come back over and joined us, and she was like, I need to go get a drink, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get another drink too. I was like, I don't think I can do another one of these mojitos, so I'm like, I also can't do the eye rolling either, but so I go over, and I was like, I'm gonna get like a nice like glass of wine, like a Pinot Grigio, maybe a Sauvignon Blanc, like those are, and I didn't want to do red because it stains your teeth and stuff. I love red, but it's not great at a wedding. Yeah. Pictures are gonna be taken.
Oh, I didn't even think of that, but yeah.
Yeah, Diana taught me that.
Oh, okay.
She's a wine girly.
She loves her wine.
So I go, and I'm like, oh, can I get a Pinot Grigio? Yassine goes, and he puts his hand on the like bottle of wine. Only white wine they have is Chardonnay. I'm like, oh, well, it's not Chardonnay. ABC, anything but Chardonnay is my wine of preference. So I'm like, oh, okay. I end up going with a vodka cran.
Classic. I feel like that should be, I was going to say, I don't know why you're looking when that should just be it.
And so as I'm saying how much I like hate Chardonnay, me and Naomi are talking, and Yassine is there, and he starts telling us how he can't drink wine. Like, he has no problem drinking other things. Like, he can drink beer, vodka, whiskey, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But he just, like, can't do, like, wine. And he said, and I also don't like pasta. And I'm like, pasta?
I know. Like, that's such a basic food.
I know. I'm so, like, picky with stuff. And I was like, Yassine, even picky people like pasta. Yeah. I'm like, it's the
basic thing.
Thing you can have. And he's like, oh, I don't know. Starts telling me how his mom might have fed him too much when he was little. I'm like, okay, what the heck? How have I gotten in this conversation?
I know.
So me and Naomi were laughing, LOLing. He does say something about like his wife. His wife doesn't like his wife likes to drink, so I know that he has a wife.
Okay, interesting.
I forgot about it, but Naomi did remind me later in the night. But so I get my drink, she gets her drink, we walk away. But Yassine at this point like has been chit-chatting with us, and he's like, oh, what's your name? And I'm like, Kaitlin, what's your name? And he's like, Yassine, Yassine. And I was like, Naomi. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. Cocktail hour is like ending at this point.
Yeah.
So we're about to like transition back outside to the actual reception. Mm-hmm. So we get down and like we're kind of like, yeah, we're having a good time. It's been I'm like 5 drinks in.
Yeah, I love it.
It was like a lot of fun. My table was super fun.
Yeah.
So time to get another drink. Mm-hmm. Yassine's the bartender downstairs now too. Kaitlin! I'm like, oh, Yassine, what's up?
I wonder what the flip was, where he was just like, now I love this girl.
Like, I hate this girl, and now I love her.
I know.
And you know me, I'm not gonna. I mean, I do hold a grudge. I hold it so hard, but after I've had 5 drinks, I'm not holding a grudge really. So Yassine is like, oh, Kaitlin, and I'm like talking with my table about the signature drinks, Aperol Spritz. I'm like, Aperol tastes like dirt.
Yeah. It does.
And Michael at our table is like wicked Italian. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm insulted by that, and I'm like, I like Italian things. I'm like, in Italy, I'll drink a limoncello spritz. I just don't like Aperol. It just tastes disgusting. I'm like, I want it to just be a nice blood orange yumminess, and it's so bad.
I agree.
So I'm saying, like, I love a limoncello spritz, though. So I'm like, I wonder if they have it. So I go up to the bar when I'm going to get another drink, and I say, Yassine, do you have any limoncello by any chance? He says, oh, no, Kaitlin, sorry. I'm like, oh, no problem. Can I get a vodka? And so like we go back to the table. It's like they're like serving dinner now, and all of a sudden we're like the last table, farthest away from the bar. Yassine is next to me. Okay, if we had limoncello, what would you want? And I was like, I wanted a limoncello spritz. Like, and he was like, well, I don't know that. And I was like, it's just like the Aperol spritz, but instead of Aperol, it's limoncello. And he's like, oh, okay.
Now he's so into the customization.
So into it. Like customizing things they don't even offer. And so I'm like, okay. So he walks away, and I go to the bathroom at one point. So I'm coming back outside, and as I'm coming outside, he's like sprinting up the stairs. And I was like, Yassine, slow down. Yeah. And he's like, oh, Kaitlin. He's like, I'm going to get the limoncello. And I'm like, okay. Oh, I didn't mean it, but... So I'm like, okay, that's funny, LOL, I'll go outside. He comes over to the table again. He's like, we didn't have the limoncello. Is this okay? He's holding up a bottle of like apple liqueur. And I'm like, also like I've seen him now running to go get this for me. So I was like, sure, sounds great. And I was like, I'll do a spritz of that. So like just that with Prosecco and stuff. So he's like, okay. And he like special makes it for me.
Wow, what a 180.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet, honestly. Not okay. But it was so nice. I was on it and stuff. So we're going on with the night, we're dancing and stuff, and I'm like hot at one point, and I kind of like stepped outside to just cool down, and he comes out. I'm like, oh, Yassine, hey, it's just us 2 out here now, like getting some fresh air. And Yassine is like, oh, Kaitlin. He starts asking me where I'm from, and somehow it comes up that I'm from Winthrop. Yeah. He tells me he's in Winthrop all the time because his friend boats out of Winthrop. Okay. He loves going on his friend's boat. Yeah, who wouldn't? Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? Like, you can't blame it. Yeah. But his reason for going out is because they smoke hookah on it. Okay. And I'm like, hookah? I'm like, TBT to the Casbah in Winthrop, like that hookah bar we had, and he's like, no way. He starts calling his friend who like used to be like part of the Winthrop Casbah and now owns one in like Everett. Yeah. Like a hookah bar in Everett. He's getting me like, he's like, oh yeah, send me a DM on Instagram. I'll set you and your friends up with a table. And he starts telling me that they're working on bringing a hookah bar back to Winthrop. And I'm like, they should. I loved the Casbah. My 2 favorite things were the hookah and they had the dirtiest martinis I've ever had.
He was slurping the Atlantic Ocean.
And we've literally been talking about them for like 10 years.
10 years, yeah, literally.
So good. So anyways, this story is so long, but I've been saying like how I love the dirty martinis, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back in and like dance to my friends. So I'm at my table. Oh, Yassine brings over actually, Yassine isn't even bringing it over. He's having someone deliver it to me, and they're like, oh, this is from Yassine. A dirty martini. It had like 5 olives in it.
Was it good?
It was alright, and I had already had like too many drinks at that point where I was like, I don't even want this. Like, but it was just like, yeah, real enemies to lover.
No, actually though, the fact that he was so upset about the first customization, and then he's going to look for limoncello for you.
Yeah.
What?
Like, and the customization, the Tito's was the first thing on the bar. It was right there.
I wonder what the flip was.
Oh my god, I don't know.
It's funny though.
I must have been giving off some energy.
Clearly, I know.
But, yeah, so that was just like so funny. We were like laughing about Yassine all night.
Yeah.
And when I left, they were like, Kaitlin, like, have fun with Yassine. Like, called an Uber to my parents.
Well, when you were telling me this, I was like, was he our age? But you were like,
no, he literally had like a beard down the ear with a huge gray stripe. But yeah, moral of the story, I had a good time at the wedding.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And yeah, I love weddings.
Yeah, I love weddings too. Yeah.
What's up with you?
I just worked this weekend.
Yeah,
It's good. Yeah, I had my first 2 shifts by myself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What days were they?
Friday, Saturday.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So what I didn't realize is whoever gets put on as like the first host, the 4 o'clock host, once like the wait's over or it's dead, you get cut.
Oh.
So Friday night, I was literally done at 7:15.
Nice.
Yeah. But I was kind of like, I was here for 3 hours.
Our plan was want to get the money.
Yeah, literally. So that was fine, whatever. And then last night I was the closing host, so I was there till 10.
Okay.
But yeah, it was easy. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a lot of like takeout.
A lot of takeout. I got a $2 tip. Yes.
Oh, what a sucker.
Yeah, I know. It was an older gentleman, so maybe just, I don't know, generational
Do you
type
guys
thing.
have those like pay things, or do you just like they write it, or
He just handed me money, yeah, because everything else it's on like the iPad. It is a lot of like DoorDash, so you always have now like the DoorDash people, and they literally like stick the phone in your like they don't even like say like hi or anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Sometimes when I'm like getting lunch for myself, like at work, I can see like DoorDashers coming in. They're like,
no, literally, that's what it is, and I'm like, okay.
One moment.
I know. But yeah, getting the hang of like the tables. There was a wait last night so
how have people been?
they've been fine so far. Yeah. So.
I feel like that's a place you kind of anticipate a wait.
Yeah. And the prices are still like pretty cheap in my opinion, so I feel like that's why it's still like popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So.
Do you get like food when you're there?
No.
Oh.
No. I did get free food for my 3 training shifts.
Okay.
But then because like the shifts are technically only like 5 hours, you don't get a break.
Okay.
So I just don't eat dinner those nights, but maybe I'll get skinny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good though.
Yeah, so it's good.
Cool.
Yeah. Plugging along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So professional.
I know. So professional.
Yeah. So, that's our little catch up.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
No. Last weekend we didn't get to tell you guys, we went to the North End.
We did.
We had some great martinis.
We did. We rated them.
Yeah. I have some content I'm gonna try to craft.
Maybe we'll put it on TikTok.
Except we're like literally having a conversation and I'm like, all right, these are the 5 categories, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wait, what was the 5th category? And you go, you never named one. And I'm like, no, I just said something. And you're like, no, you didn't.
So what was the 5th category? That could be like.
I forget. I think at some point there's 6 categories because we make up a new one. We gotta standardize it a little bit more.
That could be bloopers.
Yeah. But yeah, we went to Brico.
Yeah.
Got some clutch window seats.
Yeah, that was really nice.
And we went to
Flo's. Yep.
The basement.
Very nice.
Hidden gem.
Yep.
Basement
Loved it.
bar, yeah.
Yep.
We had actually sat at the same table for.
Oh yeah, for our Christmas dinner. Yeah.
So Yeah, fun.
Yeah, it was fun, and we ended at R2, like usually.
Yes,
yeah.
per use. I was like giving life advice to some younger children.
Yeah, you were. And then I was just giving them my drinks. I'm like, I can't finish this.
Actually, I think we like gave them so many drinks.
Literally. How old were they?
Like 23, I think.
Okay.
Oh no, 25 maybe. Like they definitely did not have their own health insurance yet.
Oh yeah, because that's what they were talking about. Yeah.
That, yeah.
Or like they were just about to.
Yeah. Yeah, they.
Babies. Yeah.
Best of luck though.
I know, literally.
What were their names? One of them like goes by Rad. She goes by her last name.
Oh yeah, you're
her
right.
Roommate had the same name, and I was like, that's the same with Diana.
And what were their names though?
I don't know.
I'm blanking on it.
Emily.
And something generic.
So boring.
Sorry if we know any.
Don't hate on me, Emily. But yeah, had some good times.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah. Well, that's actually funny because I'm like the oldest hostess.
You are?
Yeah, by like a lot. Like,
really?
There's two of them are 19, and one of them is 23.
Oh my gosh.
But then
training you?
Yeah, well now I know. But like, so one of the waitresses I met yesterday, and I don't know, we were just like talking, and she was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, I'm actually gonna be 31. And she was like, what? She was like, I thought you were my age. So I was like, well, how old are you? And she was like, 21. So I was like, you think I look 21? I was like, you just made my week.
Oh, I love that.
But then like the 19-year-old was like, yeah, you don't have any wrinkles. And I'm like, do you think like 30-years have like these like massive wrinkles?
Gosh. I know when people are like, you look so good for that age. I'm like, it's not old.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you expecting?
I actually feel like, I mean, I don't look my greatest right now. I'm a little on the tired side. But like, I feel like I'm like hitting my peak now.
I was gonna say, I feel like better in a lot of ways than I did in my 20s. Yeah. So I was like, what 30-year-olds with wrinkles do you know?
I know. Like, oh my God. Maybe people who like back in the day went to the tanning booth.
I know, or smoked a lot.
Yeah, but that's not the millennial culture.
It's not. So
yeah, we have these pretty faces.
I guess so. So I was flattered. I was like, you literally made my
so nice.
summer.
That's kind of what those girls were saying too. They were like, I don't know, maybe 27.
I know.
And I was like, oh, I'm 31.
I know. Yeah, I'll take 20s.
Like, thank you though. She's like, you don't look that old. I'm like, because I'm not that old. Thank you. But yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of fun lately, you know, in this like transitional age.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say transitional, like
No, just a new decade. It is.
And so far it's good.
I agree, yeah. We learned a lot. We're trying to unlearn a lot of things from our 20s.
Exactly. We're trying to be like the best version of ourselves, and some of the like things that we were growing up thinking and planning are not like real.
Yeah.
And so 30s is like making my life into what I want my life to be.
Yeah, not like what this picture perfect image
what, life should look like everyone's is different.
Yeah, we all have our own timelines. So is there anything specific you can think of?
I mean, I feel like there's a variation of like more like superficial things, and then more like internalized, like the way you think about the world and the way you think about yourself and mental health and stuff like that. To start from like a basicer thing that like I really have changed a lot since I was in my early 20s to now being in my 30s is I wear sunscreen every day.
Okay, yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe that's why we don't have wrinkles.
Honestly. I do think that's a big reason.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like sunscreen my whole body every day, but like I'm wearing SPF in the dead of winter.
I also, going off of that, before I was just doing my face, but then I even saw, so recently I started, they said to do your neck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like the sun, you don't realize the sun does hit that a lot.
And they said that like you see it a lot. Like people age a lot when their neck gets wrinkled.
So that's why now I'm like
get it all over.
Yeah.
So what else? do you feel like you've really learned in your 30s from your 20s?
Mine might be a little bit heavier than that, but like just like body weight and like body image stuff. So I feel like in my 20s I was big on like I had to work out every day. If I wasn't doing like high intensity stuff and dripping sweat, like there was no point, there wasn't a workout.
Definitely.
And now at 30 I've just been trying to listen to my body more. And I don't know, this thing called cycle syncing.
Oh, you're doing that?
Yeah, and I think it is super helpful. And it's just like days where like part of the cycle where I really like shouldn't be doing like strength training, I'll do Pilates or I'll go for a walk, and I do feel like a lot better in my body.
Yeah, I think that's a great one. I also feel like my views on like exercise and activity has changed a lot. 'Cause similar to you, like I was like, if I'm not dripping sweat at the end of this, why did I even do it? Like, it's not worth it. I was coming out of them dripping sweat and only burning like 200 calories. And I was like obsessed with calories and stuff, and
even like obsessed with like the number of steps I got. Where like now I'm like, if I get like 7,500, that's fine.
I stopped wearing my watch because that was like a big thing for me. Like I don't want you to tell me to stand up. Like, I've been standing up for a while. If I want to stand up, like I will. Like, and I think that it's different if you work maybe like a desk job. I can see it being more useful, but for me, like I'm running around all the time. Like if I feel like I need to just be laying down for 2 hours, I don't want to feel guilty.
No, you're right.
So I stopped wearing my watch. And yeah, I got a lot more into like strength training and like low intensity, but like workouts that I really feel myself getting stronger. Like I'm loving like Pilates lately. I go for a walk like every night, not for exercise as much as for like mental health and stuff. Some fresh air. I feel like that was a really good, I'm glad you said that. I definitely have a big opinion change on like, I'd rather just do what feels right for me than like eat 1,200 calories a day.
And like literally starve yourself.
And then I'm like emotionally like a roller coaster. I'm like going through like mood swings. Because I've like
you're angry because you haven't eaten, and
I'm starving myself. Like,
and then
I'm feeling like I'm eating so much because I'm going over my calories.
Well, that I feel like that happened to me a lot in my 20s too, where like I'd always want to work out to be like a specific like weight or something, and now I want to just work out because it feels nice. And same thing with eating. Like I try to restrict, but then I'd end up binging. And it's just like, what? Like if now it's just like if I am craving an ice cream, I'm gonna eat an ice cream.
No, for real. And I think that it just makes you happier.
It does.
Like go through life like that. And there's an element of like growing up and like learning like you can't eat ice cream every single day. But like you do need to have ice cream sometimes. Otherwise, what are we living for?
Exactly.
I love that kind of like trend that's like sometimes I forget like this is the whole point of it or whatever, and people are like,
oh, I like that with trend too.
Like it's just like little like small parts of life, like nothing crazy, not like a huge big wedding or celebration or anything like that, but sometimes just like sitting around with your friends and like having drinks and having a nice meal with your family and stuff like that. So
well, it's true. I feel like there's been so many times like back in my 20s where I was so focused on like eating again a certain number of calories that like I didn't necessarily enjoy Christmas Day that much, and I'm like, that makes me sad. Why do I want to go through life like that?
And like I would like come home from college and like have to go to Planet Fitness before Thanksgiving. And I'm like, who is that? Now I'm like, if you want to run a 5K on Thanksgiving, we're not meant to do it. Like, and I just, it's so much better for me to just exercise and eat what I want. So. And make my body feel good. So I think that was a great one.
Thank you.
What else did I have written down? Let's see. Maybe heavier one, not so like maybe introspective.
Yeah.
But realizing that like being busy and being burnt out,
I had that one
does
too.
not equal being successful.
Yeah.
And actually shows like that you're taking on too much and probably not giving everything like the level of dedication that maybe it should have. So that's been a very recent change for me, and I've had it, like I've gone up and down with it, especially in COVID. Like I feel like I originally kind of like was like going to therapy and like I was like changing the way I thought about things, and I feel like I was getting a lot happier. I was doing a lot more like hiking and going outside, and then when I took this new manager job, I feel like at first I didn't realize it, and then it was just like 3 years went by and I was like,
you're like, I'm doing
the thing again.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to like break out of that more lately, and I have been. I'm like stepping down from my job and stuff like that. But I think trying to like protect my own like mental health, well-being. Work doesn't care about you.
Yeah, no, they don't. They'll I not to be bleak, but I feel like you could drop dead and they'd rehire in an instant. Yeah.
So actually this week I was actually proud of myself. I felt like a big girl. Because I got told like what my new hourly rate would be from like stepping down from manager to staff pharmacist. Yeah. And like, mind you, I am the manager now, so I know what every staff pharmacist makes in the pharmacy. Yeah. And they were trying to put me below everyone.
What? Why?
I was like, I built the program. Literally. That is the only reason the health center can keep their lights on right now. Like, I'm like, I am the expert in this. Yeah. And there's only like 3 people who know how to do it, and like the rest of them don't even like haven't even been fully trained.
That doesn't even make sense of why they would go below though.
So I was like, so the girl who told me is the HR girl, and I was like, is there room to negotiate on that? And she was like, I don't think so. And I was like, well, I think there needs to be. Yeah. I was like, I don't think that that's like appropriate. And so we got off the phone, and I like went and I like checked everyone's hourly rate just to be like, you know, I'm not gonna be crazy, but I'm like, that's not right. Like Donna, my staff pharmacist, has worked there for like 20 years. Like I'm not expecting to get paid the same year, but like Jeannie is younger than me. I've trained Jeannie, and you're gonna try to pay me less than her?
I know. It's
we should get paid the same. Yeah. But like, so I spoke to like our chief pharmacy officer, and I laid out my thoughts and my feelings, and I honestly like I was like, and I feel really like this is a spit in the face, and I'm being so disrespected right now. I was like, I would rather quit than come working here if I can't be respected. Yeah. And
you got it.
Got what I wanted.
Good. Perfect. Trying to lowball you, and they don't know who they're dealing with. I know.
Don't lowball me.
I know. Ugh.
Yeah.
So. Oh, well, good for you for like sticking up for yourself.
Yeah, I was proud of myself. So
I actually had something similar on my list too, like hustle culture, and just for me, like learning to say no, especially when I feel like you're not being paid what you bring to the table. Right. So something similar in the school year, we were like down 2 sped teachers. So me and this other sped teacher were trying to like fight for more money.
Yeah. Like you're budgeted for 4 people.
Yeah, and
doing the work of
we're doing the work of like 3 of us are doing the work of 5 teachers right now. So it took forever and ever, but we finally got a stipend.
Oh, good.
But then at the end of the year, we were down to like 3 again. Yeah. So they wanted us to do more stuff, and I was just like, no.
Like, no. Honestly, sometimes the money's not even worth it.
Well, because like
I'm definitely not going to do it if you're not paying
exactly
the value of it.
And they weren't going to pay us again, so that's why I was like, no, it's not my job.
No,
I don't make.
It's not. You're not the principal. You're not the superintendent.
No, I'm no admin.
Right.
So no.
No. Yeah, and so I'm excited to be in that position.
Yeah.
No, sorry, my shift's ending.
Yeah. No, seriously. I did my portion of the job.
And I do my job really well. Yeah. And I will work so hard for the hours of my job and my job description. Yep. But that's all
all I'm doing now. Yeah. So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I do feel like we were very like, I don't want to say tricked, but like our generation was tricked into this hustle culture.
I know. Well, because our parents' generation is very like, I feel like even when they were sick, they went to work. Yeah. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just...
And that stuff did pay off. For them, like, they're hard workers, the people who didn't switch jobs, like, it did pay off, but they haven't left.
Yeah.
And so we can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's honestly, it's just keeping us burnt out in the same low-paying, low entry-level positions.
Yeah.
It's not the same, and it gets me so mad when that generation is like, oh, people these days don't want to work. People don't want to work for an unlivable wage, an unlivable condition.
Yes, and be constantly stressed, and if affects your health.
Why do you want to work so bad you won't retire?
I know. No, but actually,
like, that's a huge issue, and I think that it's frustrating that, like, we put in so much work and stuff, and now, like, that the younger generation kind of knows not to do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you so lazy?
I know. Well, I think they are going now in, like, the total opposite direction. Yeah.
Too far.
I do think millennials, at least, we kind of are trying to figure out that middle ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we do recognize, like, putting in hard work should reward you.
Yeah. But I'm also not going to go above and beyond when I'm not.
Yeah, and when I've been doing it for all this time, and I'm still expected
same result.
You almost get punished for being good at your job.
Yeah, no, but actually.
So
I don't know.
I think boundaries.
Yes.
Boundaries at work.
That was another thing on my list.
Oh, was it?
Yes. Just
outside of work, boundaries?
Outside of work, yeah.
Like what? Like friends, family?
I just feel like my entire life, I've always been a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So just me learning just to say no, because I just feel like sometimes I've always wanted to people please to the point where it takes away from, like, what I actually want.
Yeah.
And again, not in, like, a bad, nothing maliciously. I just, like, I just don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And I've just realized that lately when I say no or try to set boundaries to certain people, it's like I'm being mean. But no, I'm just setting boundaries and you're not.
Boundaries that you have yourself. Like,
exactly.
Like, to people who are getting mad at you.
Yes, you're not benefiting from me not having boundaries anymore.
Right. And you have your own boundaries. Why are you going to give me a hard time for setting mine?
Yeah.
No, I think that's a really important thing to recognize. I, too, feel like I've been a people pleaser, and it becomes to a point where you're almost like, people expect it. Yeah. So it's nobody's thankful, nobody's grateful, and it's kind of like, well, I'm gonna stop doing it so that when I do it.
But that's when they notice, and then that's when they're like, you're different, or you're mean, or you changed, and it's like, okay.
but it's like, if I want to help you, I want to help you, and if I don't want to help you, I don't want to help you, and that's, I think. I don't not want to help anyone. Yeah. I just only want to put my energy where it's worth it. I agree. And, like, just to be a little selfish, I am just at a point where I'm always going to put myself first now. Why would I do anything else?
Literally. Like, I came into this world with me, and I'm going to go out of this world with me.
I'm 31, and I don't have, like, a partner. I don't have kids. I don't have a pet. Like, I don't have anyone that I need to worry about more than myself. So why do I? Yeah. So I'm breaking that still. Yeah, I love it. Still in the process. Yes.
It's hard.
Yeah. I also put down, well, actually, I didn't put this down. A suggestion that was made to me that I do not do is grocery shopping with a plan. Not me. I just go in full vibes.
I do that too, actually. So
I do buy groceries online more now. Yeah. More so, I don't like the energy of being in the grocery store. Yeah. But I feel like I'm less likely to pick up, like, random things also if I'm not actually browsing. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I feel like I feel like I had no, like, little things like that. I'm trying to think.
Oh, staying hydrated.
Oh, that is. I've actually
around with my big cup.
I've gotten worse with that. I feel like, yeah.
You've been a big water person.
I know, and even last night during my shift, I was like, I haven't drank water in like 6 hours.
But, like, people never used to drink as much water as we drink these days.
No, but then they're like 2 liters, this, and
I know,
I'm
but I feel like my parents have probably lived their 65 years dehydrated. I never see them drinking water. Wine or tequila?
Maybe that's the secret.
I mean, my dad's skin gotta be soft. Just kidding. No, but like really, I'm like, I feel like I never see other people drinking water to the like level that I'm being told to drink water.
I know.
I've been trying to drink a lot of water.
Me too, but yeah.
Then it's like you have to pee so much.
Yeah, that's my issue.
Yeah, that's a growing old thing. Oh, this is another one that I have. Irish goodbying, aka leaving when I want to.
I like that, yeah.
Sometimes when I want to leave, it's 4 a.m. But
but just knowing you have that option.
Yeah, like last night, after I had gotten the dirty martini delivered to me, I was like, I think I'm ready to go.
All right.
And so I just called an Uber secretly, didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
The wedding was ending at 9:30, so I scheduled it to arrive at 9:30.
Oh, all right, perfect.
And then I was like, oh guys, my Uber's here, bye.
All right.
But yeah, leaving when I want to and not having to say bye to people.
Yeah.
Feeling.
I like that. I just hate saying goodbye sometimes. It just
sometimes takes an additional hour.
It does, and it's just, you're right. I just want to be home.
And like if it's too early, like especially with like our friends,
yeah,
you're leaving? What?
I know. Like sorry, yeah, I'm not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah, sorry, I was out till 4 a.m. last night. You weren't. So
but probably, yeah, probably.
I also have like friendships, quality over quantity.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't really need to stay in touch with people who like aren't really adding much to my life.
Yeah.
Even though I could be excited to like see them and get together once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting energy keeping up with people who aren't wasting their energy to keep up with me.
Yeah, no, I agree. Kind of off of that, I had one that I feel like in my 20s, every time I met someone, I needed everyone to like me.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you don't need to like me.
Right.
That's fine. Yeah, so, just not caring what people think. Yeah.
I think, like, similar to that, not caring what people think, just, like, saying honestly what I feel. Like, not, like, sugarcoating things.
Yeah.
Like, I probably sugarcoat things, like, a little bit. So
yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean.
No, I agree.
Bitch, but,
yeah.
Like, I want to be clear.
Yeah.
This is not like maybe.
Yeah.
No, it's a no.
No, it's a
Yeah, it's a no.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So lots of boundaries.
It is. My mom actually just made a comment to me today when we were doing errands. She's like, you're really like getting it in your 30s. You're like who you're becoming. I'm like, I am.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I feel like also like I don't think I'm fully like transitioned yet, but I also do feel like there's a change in like me and my mom's relationship. Like I feel like not all the time, but I feel like more often I'm like, I need to be taking care of her.
Yeah.
Like I had the fire alarms went off like in the middle of the night the other day, and like I it was every single fire alarm in my apartment at like 1 o'clock.
Oh God.
And it was so loud, and so this house that I live in is my parents' house.
Yeah.
And they recently redid the electrical just to like have everything up to code because it's like an old house.
Yeah.
And when they did that, because it's a rental, like they have to have all these like hardwired in fire detectors and stuff. So they got all new smoke detectors in like my parents', mine, and my brother's places. But I wasn't living here at this point. It was like my Uncle Sean.
Yeah.
And so they're telling me how like they're so sensitive. Like a little like dust blows in one of them, and when one goes off, they all go off. Like all like upstairs, downstairs.
Oh yikes!
So I hadn't experienced that. But they had told me that like that had been happening. Yeah. And so they had to like take some of the smoke detectors down because it was just like overkill and stuff. So fast forward to like a couple weeks ago, I'm like asleep. Yeah. And it's like, oh God. And I'm like, what the heck? And it's like 12:30 and it's so loud. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, good thing my parents are home. Yeah. Must be figuring it out how to turn it off up there. Yeah. So there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, nobody figured anything out. Like, I'm like, this is so loud. Can nobody else hear this? Like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's so loud. So I like go downstairs and I'm like putting my door up to my brother's door. No, nothing's going off. I'm like, okay, what the heck? So then I go upstairs to my parents' house. No. They're dead asleep. There's nothing. Only thing I can hear up there is they're snoring.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, Mom, but I don't want to scare her.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, Mom. I'm like, the fire alarm's going off. She's like, what? She's like asleep, dead asleep. And I'm like, the fire alarm is going off. I'm like, all of them. I don't know how to turn them off. Like, I'm 5'2". These are kind of tall ceilings.
Yeah.
Like, my curtains had like actually fallen down recently because I like did like peel and stick thing. So I had the curtain rod and I was trying to like poke the smoke detector, but it's like not turning off. So I'm like, Mom, I don't know what to do. Like, how do I get these things off? She's like, okay, hold on. So she like gets dressed and like comes down here with me. And she like pulls like the stool from my kitchen island and like it's about to start climbing up on it. And meanwhile, I'm like, she can't even say a sentence. She's still sleeping. So I'm like, wait, no, I need to get up on this chair and do this. I'm like, she can't do this.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, don't get up there. I was like, I'll have to get up there. So, but like, I feel like that was a shift for me where I was like, oh, I'm like, I need to do things for you.
Yeah. I know. It makes me sad. I know.
And
it makes me sad too.
Listen to this and be like, you don't need to do things for me. But
no, I know, but I get what you mean.
Just seeing more so like the way I saw her with my grandmother and seeing me with her.
Yeah. I do the same thing. Jokingly, every time my grandma got in the car all the time, her and my mom would like bicker and like go off. And now me and my mom do that. It's weird. But yeah, even I get nervous too. Like for some reason, when my mom's always going in the attic because she's trying to clean it now and get rid of stuff. And every time she's up there, I'm always like, please be careful. Like, don't trip. There's a big gaping hole. I get like nervous now.
Yeah. I know. Like I was like gonna ask my dad to put my air conditioners in. I was like, I guess I could just do it. Like my dad has like a broken back.
Yeah.
Like he put their air conditioners in. Like he can still do it. But I was like, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah. Did you do it?
I did.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
So I'm also becoming a handyman.
I love it.
Actually, I'll show you before you leave, but before you came, I just installed some new handles to my new wardrobe.
Nice. You really are like a handy woman.
I broke 2 of the drill bits, so I don't know if I'll be doing that anymore, but it's in.
At least you know how to work a drill. I'm like...
Diana calls it an electric screwdriver.
Okay. Love that.
But just lots of changes and just crafting my life to be my life. Yeah. And not like a 2.5 kids with a dog, white picket fence, like life that I feel like was the only thing I pictured growing up.
Correct.
And just kind of realizing that like that's not how my life is. Like maybe, I don't know what it will become, but I'm good if it's not that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like if you asked me when I was in high school, I would have said I would have been married with kids by 30.
When I was like 20, I would have said that.
And I'm like, I can't even.
Further.
No, I can't even take care of myself. Sometimes I'm not taking care of a child.
No, for real.
Now is enough for me.
Yeah, I can't even do that. Me is enough for me. But so far, being 30s has been good. Yeah. And I said it before and I will say it again, like we're so lucky to age.
We are. It's a privilege.
It is a privilege, so. Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that is right.
You got anything else to throw on there?
No, that was my list. Yeah.
That's life. Well, thanks for tuning in with us this week, guys. Yeah. This was probably a long episode.
It was. Our longest one yet, probably.
Yeah, so we can make up for that. We missed you last week.
Yeah.
But we are excited to be back.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.